Levin and impression. Uh, the serpent lieutenant looks about, seemingly awaiting a visitor. I was told that a messenger would be sent as soon as your fellow scions finish their investigation. I do not imagine it will be much longer. This one returns, and returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching, and have wisely identified the precise location where the touched one summoned Lord Ramu. Your timing is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this good woman to her fellow scions? It would be this one's pleasure, Walking One. Please, please, come with this one. Well, they've already found the location, so... We are counting on you, Lavenza. Be safe and Godspeed. That definitely looks intimidating from from afar. Wise ones have ventured deep within the Sylphlands. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for touched ones. Man, I remember having to, like, quest or... Yeah, like, do... I think it was the Sylph dailies and stuff like that out here, and... I think anybody that was around back then remembers, and maybe even still now if you're low level, just, you know, how much of, like, aggro hell this area can be. This one is most sorry, but this one can go no further. Draw too close to Lord Ramu, and this one may turn mean and nasty like touched ones. And so this one must say farewell for now. Walking One will find wise ones not far from here, to the south. Go in safety, Walking One. And it's such a whimsical music here, too. So, Thancred is Thancred, Papalymo is Papalymo, Y'shtola is Y'shtola, and you are you, right? Well, that's easy enough to remember. The one's name is Yida. Oh, this one's name is Yida, in case Walking was wondering. Joke, I'm joking. It's like, what is she talking about? Don't ask. Suffice it to say that we had something of a situation here. Ah, there you are. It is you, isn't it? Oh, Sylphs playing tricks. So, it's actually you. I'm relieved. For a moment, I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded Sylph tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it was quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on Y'shtola's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up. That's quite enough, Papalymo. My apologies. It's not like me to ramble so. At any rate, as I was saying, I have finished measuring etheric activity in the area and am pleased to say I have reached an indisputable conclusion. To wit, that Ramu was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's Aetherite. I mean, isn't that always the case? Come, Lavenza, the Lord of Levin awaits. I wonder what happened between Y'shtola and the Sylph imposing as me. Ooh.
Minora betrays thee, servant of hiding. Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan. I am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs? Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Gridanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking? Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal, shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment. Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramu, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
It would be interesting if you actually saw Urianger just, like, off to the side, you know, just outside the arena. Oh, I was thinking it was an NPC at first. All right. So we still have, unsynced checked. Let's do this. God, the music in this game is just so good. Like, a lot of this stuff I haven't really heard in a while, because, again, like, I have the sound down most of the time. Thankfully, being the only person in here, you're always gonna get the ring around you, so you can get out of the infatuation or whatever it is. Just because I can. We still talked to him, though, right after this? Like, he didn't just completely dissipate.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light. and I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one. In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
So what did he find out? I am curious. Lavenza, you have returned. Dare I ask how Ramu received your visit? He challenged you to a test of arms. It is well, then, that you have some experience in such matters. The peoples of both Gridania and Little Solus will be relieved to hear that the Lord of Levin has accepted you as the forest champion of peace. You have performed a monumental duty this day, Lavenza. The Elder Seed Seer must be informed of your deeds at once. Man, like, I wonder if they almost make your character a little too important, you know? Like, just the amount of, like, praise and responsibility and everything on one person's shoulders. What little gods are made of? The Serpent Lieutenant is ready to send you on your way. The Elder Seed Seer will wish to hear of your experiences firsthand. Pray return to Gridania and make directly for the Lotus Stand. The conjurer at Nafika's altar will be expecting you. Fare you well, Lavenza. Conjure skill. Welcome back, honored Scion. We who knew of your mission have been most anxious to see you return. The Elder Seed Seer awaits you within. Twould seem that Yida's appraisal of the situation held some merit after all. Mayhap I should not be so swift to discount her intuition. You should have seen Moxio when we got back to Little Solus. Grateful is an understatement. I thought he was going to take Papalymo's hand off. Ah, the hero of the hour. Let us not keep the Elder Seeds here waiting. I fancy my presence was more helpful than hindrance during our troubles with Leviathan, but this time around, well, even I have my off days.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramuh ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell? Ramuh made trial of you? I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one. Yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth. Lord Ramuh has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Is it just general Ascian presence, or is it something else I'm forgetting about? It would seem... Oh, okay, that's... So same. Even out here, it's the same. Does she have something different? She's standing there. Yeah, same. This ends another daunting mission on Lavenza. I'd hope Lord Ramuh could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless, I can only admire the adroitness with which you responded to the Primal's sudden challenge. And it seems that Urianger too was pleased with the outcome. What say you, Lavenza? Shall we gather back at the Rising Stones and ponder the lessons of the day? I am sure that Minfilia will be eager to hear more of your adventures. Let us return to the Rising Stones and put our thoughts in order. Let us, though. So, I mean, we're only down to, I think, at least three more trials. I'm not going to actually look at it because I could look at it, but I kind of like being surprised. Because I know we still have Shiva, Chrysalis, and Steps of Faith. You know, before Heavensward. The children are quick to take to Eorzean ways, but I cannot claim the same flexibility. Duty calls? Well, no matter the task, I have faith you will see it through to the end. Take care, Lavenza. I look forward to hearing all about your adventures when you return. Hey, Miss Lavenza, what's a Ramu? Is it cute and fluffy like a horse bird? Kind of fluffy. I wouldn't say cute. I tried substituting native ingredients several times, but the result was but a pale imitation of authentic Doman cuisine. Mayhap one day we shall accompany you into the field, but for now we must see less glamorous duties. Speaking with Master Coltonay has opened my eyes to a great many things. I had no idea the world outside Doma was so strange and wonderful. Worried about leaving us alone? Don't be. While the Archons are away, Hoary Boulder will keep the little ones safe. Miss Lavenza, is it true you're going to go adventuring again? I'm so jealous. I think that's everybody. Welcome back, Lavenza. Word of your momentous encounter with Lord Ramu precedes you. I would fain share news of mine own, but Urianger's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the Lord of Levin, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Ascian's immortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observations together.
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Urianger, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the Waking Sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior.
Oh,
Let us
class
begin
time.
at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth a distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection...
Aha!
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Ascian. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Ascian survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
The Lord of Levin is returned to the Aether, as was Leviathan before him. Oh, Igiom is the one involved in Eden, right? Oh, no. Is it? Or is Igiom the one that combines with La Habrea? I don't remember. Ramu's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Whirl, and Levin all have now been humbled by the Bringer of Light. And I don't know who this Emerald is. I definitely don't recall. I mean, definitely wasn't in Shadowbringers, and I don't recall them before that. And Ultima as well. The limitless potential of man. Heidelin's servant grows mightier by the day. Yet she prospers at great cost to her mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wan. Yet, even as it enervates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. And that is the task which we bend our very effort, or bend our every effort. La Habrea is back. Divine seeds were ever wont to quicken in Eorzea's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new deity arise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. thank you for watching this video. I've been having a great time going through this 2.x patch content. It's actually been a lot better than I was expecting. All the complaints about it, and I don't know what all the fuss is about. I mean, it's been some great story, some fantastic dialogue. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying it. And I hope you are too. If so, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And please come and join me live on Twitch. The link is down below. Thank you again for watching, and have a great one.